If you could change one thing about Facebook or social media in general, what would it be and why? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about that because I posted a poll on my Facebook page today and it asked that exact question. What's the one thing that you would do to change this platform, Facebook? And I'm just going to throw all of them out there because it's very interesting. I'm going to share my screen here in a couple of minutes and we'll read some of the comments, some of the answers to this live. And then you can also put your feedback in the comments. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mike Chavez. Welcome to Chavez Live 360, brought to you by Live Masters, where we feel alive by going live, and your journey to video mastery begins here. If you don't know me, I've been here going live for 4.5 years on this platform. I'm streaming this live on YouTube and our Live Masters page and my personal page. And, I've been on Facebook for about 10 years and I've seen it, evolve, but I really haven't used it like this for until the last 4.5 years daily. So I started thinking about, if there was one thing that you could change about Facebook, what would it be? And I did this poll and it's interesting because the common answer kept coming up. So listen, I'm broadcasting this video to you live from the fabulous city of Las Vegas. You could let me know where in the world that you're tuning in from. That would be great. I'm going to let some of my friends know that I'm live. Let me go help Facebook out because you know what? Quite frankly, Facebook has not. That's one of the things I would like to change about Facebook. I'm going to talk about my number one thing that I would like to change. And it has to do with what I'm having to do right now, because there's a lot of my friends that I have that actually don't get notifications, don't get to see my videos. I've heard stories of people actually knew I was live. Oh, Jackie's here. Cool. I was just getting ready to message you, Jackie. I've had people know that I'm live and actually even go to my page, and it would not even allow them to see my videos. And sometimes people don't get notifications. So for me personally, that's probably the one thing I would fix, because there's notifications, settings, and things that you could do that they have these tools that you could use. So you're supposed to be able to stay connected to your friends, the ones that you really want to see. You want to see their posts, you want to see their videos, you want to see their stories, you want to see all that stuff. There's certain settings that you could do. You can make them your favorites. You could turn on all notifications, and you could set those things up like that. So you're supposed to know when people are live or whatever. Doesn't always work. Anyways, I have to give Facebook a little bit of grace here. If you think about it, what's going on, Dave? How you doing? Because think about all the information that is being uploaded to this platform every minute around the world. Now, there's over 2 billion people on Facebook. Active users, there's close to about 1 billion active users, and the amount of data that they have to manage, and so that's why they have the algorithms, that's why they have all the stuff. So I get it, I understand, there's certain things you could do, recent engagement, like I said, notification settings. There's a lot of things that that you could do, but sometimes it doesn't always work. It's not perfect. It is what it is. So I'll leave Mike right there, but I will say, for me personally, it's been a great platform. Now, it's interesting because I'm going to go and share my screen. Let me grab my screen for you. I'm going to add the screen to the stream. And here it is. Here's the question. If you could change one thing about Facebook, what would it be? I didn't get a chance to answer all the questions. So let's see here. Let me go to the newest comments. All right. So the last comment just came in 14 minutes ago. Kimberly Wardell, she lives up in Canada. She's one of my Facebook friends. She's pretty amazing. She says, it's a public forum. It should be left up to us. We are allowed to comment what their comment is. Facebook should mind their business. Yeah, ability to merge 2 pages, coming 2 different business managers, given that the same person owns both business managers. Okay, that's a good one. Brian says, doing ads to profiles. Now, as I'm reading these to you, maybe you could resonate with some of my friends that left these comments. Maybe I'm going to read out your comments too. Tina Manort, she's down in Florida. This woman is amazing. She's always there. She's always supportive. I wish they'd stop blocking me from commenting because I'm commenting too much. I thought this was a social media. I love this one. I love that comment right there because it's true. I mean, bring back Trump without censorship. We'll get to that in a minute for sure because I'm going to show you guys something that I thought was pretty interesting. And I understand why they censor that censorship. We're going to talk about that here in a second. Remove all random poll posts. Fakes. That's another good one. Mary says fakes. Totally. There's so many trolls, so many fake profiles. It's pretty frustrating to fake profiles. You get a lot of friend requests from fake profiles. Yeah, sometimes I do a lot. Misty Morrison says, I want to be able to play music without getting shut down. That's a good one. And it's true. It's interesting. They do that. Facebook will shut your video down, or they'll penalize you, put you in Facebook jail just for videos that have music in them. So that's another thing. Artificial intelligence is what's screening the music. So they know that there's copyrighted music and there's certain things that they listen for in videos to see how much they're actually going to distribute the content that's being produced. And that's the truth. That's a true story. Charles says, need to remove the Facebook dating ads. I swear, some of those ads, women's, are so hot. Just saying. LOL. Just imagine meeting someone on Facebook and get married in a Facebook chapel with a Facebook wedding with a Facebook priest, a drive away in a Facebook car with Facebook cans banging on the ground of the bumper. Oh, Charles. That's my buddy Charles in California. He's pretty funny. That's pretty funny, Charles, actually. I've never seen no Facebook dating ads in my news feed. Gwen says to just wish some people off my page rather than have to manually delete them. Oh, well, okay. Boof, you're gone. Facebook to get out of the vax business. Okay. My response to that is, you're joking, right? Well, there's to follow the money. Okay. Jackie Mankowski says, I wish they would stop putting people in Facebook jail for liking too many posts. It happened to me twice. I feel like such a criminal. I love that one. It's so funny. Well, you shouldn't. This is like Tina. Same thing with Tina, our other friend Tina. She said the same thing. Viv says it's all about the time they notify when they left the room. Okay. Steve Gordon says a serious 100% disconnect from censorship, fact-checked, LOL, politically slanted agendas. Yes, freedom of speech and giving us all information so we can form our own opinions. Chiffon says the ability to share without affecting our algorithms. That's a good one too, Chiffon, because if you share too much, it affects you. Freedom of speech. I know, George. Yes, that's a common thing we're going to get to in a second. Kathleen McNally says, when people who are not your friends view your stories, it does not tell you the name of the person viewing your story, but then someone you don't know viewed it. We should be able to see the name of the person, even if we cannot view their profile, since we aren't friends. Well, unfortunately, that's totally the deal. If you are not friends with someone, and they can see your stuff if you make it public. Now, I think Jacqueline or somebody else made a comment here, some replies here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Kathleen, I agree to, it's creepy. So she changed her privacy settings to friends on Facebook for her story audience. So if you're creeped out about people seeing your stories or your posts that you don't know, there is a setting in their privacy, story audience, and then you can go ahead and only your friends can see your stuff. All right. Freedom of speech being possible, to scrap the censorship, to be free to share all truth, not just the version of what Facebook wants you to know. And as I'm reading all these comments, I'm thinking to myself of the conversation I had with my friend before I did this video. I said, this is a little spicy topic because it's controversial, even just to get on video and actually say all these words because of the artificial intelligence. I'm not like being paranoid, but it's true. They could, they do their thing. Facebook does this thing. And so those are the comments. Let me stop sharing and see who's here. All right. So yeah, let me stop the share. Let me remove this from the broadcast. Okay. So it's pretty interesting. A lot of people are concerned that if the number one answer, right? If the number one answer is censorship, people, don't like the censorship on this platform. And unfortunately, the platform is it's privately owned, and it's like a company, and they get to make the rules. It's basically their sandbox, and they get to make the rules, right? And so when we sign up for Facebook, we have to remember that we agree to, all their terms and conditions, right, of what it is that they offer us, and of the privacy thing too, right? And that's another thing. If you whatever you don't want people to know about you, don't put on the internet. I'm just throwing that out there, okay? It's interesting, one of the biggest reasons why they have the censorship on the internet is because of the governments. The governments are afraid that people have overthrown governments in the world using social media. In the Arab Spring in Egypt, what did they do? Social media was the biggest thing. They used Facebook groups to organize protests, and those protests grew larger and larger and larger, and they ended up overthrowing the government in Egypt. It's true fact. So it's a threat. Now, you got to understand that social media is controlled just pretty much like the regular media. There's that sort of censorship, that sort of thumb on our free, or what we can say. Now, I could say whatever I want, right? Right now, I could start going on a rant about something very controversial. And because there's only 2 people watching, is it going to get censored? Is it going to get pulled down? Is it going to get shut down? No, probably not. But if there was 2,000 people watching and I was saying something that's controversial, something that was against the norm, something that right? Again, let's whoever they are that make up all these rules. It's just not Zuckerberg. It's just not the government. There's all kinds of characters in this play that we're involved in, this show that we're here experiencing with each other on social media, right? And when the louder that the voice gets, the more that it gets censored. The louder and bigger that the voice gets, the stronger the opposition is from whatever is in the controlling power. And we've seen that here on social media. Like, we've seen it. We just saw it happen in the last year with everything that's happened. I don't even need to go into all of this, the political stuff that's happened, but we've seen it. We've seen they call him the most powerful man in the world, get silenced. Isn't that insane? So think about that for a second. So it's pretty interesting, but the powers that be have control of what it is that we see and all that sort of thing. So, but for me personally, again, the number one thing that I would fix is the ability for me to get my message out, because my message and what I share has nothing to do with any of that political stuff, has nothing to do with what people believe politically. Okay. Because I have my beliefs, and it's not that I'm afraid to share my beliefs, but I think that there's a time, there's a place, and there's a way to do it. And you do have to have tolerance, and you have to respect other people's opinions and views. Because if you think about it for a second, there's how many billions of people in this world, and every single one of us are running around with our own perception, where our own thoughts and ideas how the world should actually be. And we have to have respect for each other. And so that's why I don't go outside the box too much. I try to stay right in the wheelhouse of inspiring people, because whether what you think or what you believe or you're passionate about, where is that going to get you if it's going to be negative and you can't get your message out, right? So that's why I continue to do videos and show up. I love the opportunity to be able to be on this platform and just be who I am, and whoever needs to hear the messages that I have to share, they get to hear them. So with that being said, at the end of all my videos, I always throw out an open invitation to continue the conversation about learning how to connect with people online using video and leveraging social media for good, leveraging social media to make a positive, impactful difference in the world. That's what I'm here for. And I think it's a tool. I think social media can be used it's just a tool. It's just a platform. And it's whatever it is that's being projected out from that platform is going to have that kind of impact. And we have a community called Live Masters. There's some incredible video resources in there. I go live Monday through Friday with thought-provoking questions to help you think about your personal development, your professional development in this crazy world that we live in, okay? And you have an opportunity to network and connect with people and step out of your comfort zone and meet amazing people on video, and you can do videos as well. And it's free. How cool is that? Okay, listen, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go back through the comments and everything and shout you guys out. But yeah, I love social media. Like for me, it's changed my life. You guys have seen anybody that have known me for any length of time, knowing that I've literally used this for something good, and I'm just here to serve that back to you. All right, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm starting to ramble. Thank you for watching this video. Stay safe and healthy, and I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. I'm so happy that I get to be on here.